Hello friends, welcome to Unreal Blueprints video tutorials series. From the past few video tutorials, we are trying to understand how to make a coin collector game in Unreal step by step. In the previous videos, we understood how do we create a game menu. If I click on the play button, it takes us to game level 1. You can see that I can collect coins and score is increasing. To go to another level, I must and should collect 3 coins. I should collect 3 coins and a key, and key is somewhere above, guys. So I'll go here and jump on this moving platform, go forward and jump and get the key. You can see that I got the key. Now I go down, I jump down. Okay, here we have portal to another level. I should be very careful, and now you can see that I switch to another level, right? Here we have game level 1. In the game level 1, we have key in this place. Now I am going to put this key inside a room, and we'll have a door to enter the room. So player should open the door, go inside and get this key. So we understand how do we create a door, guys. Okay, let's go to blueprints, right click, create a blueprint class of type actor. I call this BP underscore door. I hit enter, BP underscore door is created. I double click to open it. Inside that, I'm going to add a static mesh. I call this door frame, and then I select the static mesh door frame. You can see that door frame is added. Then I select the default scene root, add a static mesh. I call this as door, and here I select door static mesh. I select SM underscore door. You can see that the door is added, and I'm going to place it properly so that initially it should be closed. Then I'm going to add a box collision to handle the collision. I'm going to scale this in x-axis by 6 times, in y-axis by 4 times, in the z-axis by 4 times. And then I place it properly so that it covers the door, right? You can see that we have collision properly added. Now compile and save. When the player enters this box, he presses the O key. If player press the O key, the door gets open, guys. And if player comes outside of this box, the door should get closed. That we can do. Let's add the behavior. So I go to event graph. Now we are in the event graph. I select the box, right click, add event for box, collision on component begin overlap. On component begin overlap, I am going to check whether the overlapping actor is BP underscore third person character. So what we are checking here, whether the third person character entered in this box. Okay, if third person character begins overlapping with this box, here I am going to create one variable, is player within box. Is player within box, initially it is false. Now this we are going to set is player within box to true. And if player comes outside, we have to set is player within box false, right? So for that, we select the box, right click, add event for box, collision on component end overlap. And here I check whether other actor is BP underscore third person character, whether third person character came outside. If it came outside, then I say set player within the box is false. Now player is not within the box. Now as I told, if player presses the O key, then the door opens, right? O keyboard, I am going to search for the O key here. Here we have the O key. When the player presses the O key, the door should open, but the condition is player should be within the box. So for that, I am going to get this is player within the box, and I use a branch node, branch, branch node. I use a branch node. When the player presses the O key, okay, presses and releases the O key, we check whether player is within the box. If player is within the box, then only the door should get open. So here we will use a timeline. We add a timeline. We add the timeline, and I rename this to door timeline. Door timeline. I double click to open it. I'm going to add a track of float track. Okay, and I call this as door alpha. Door alpha. Right click, add a key, time 0. At time 0, door alpha value will be 0. Right click, add a key. At time 1, door alpha value should be 1. Okay, here linearly we are changing the door alpha value from 0 to 1, and also I set the length to 2 seconds. Okay, we'll have a 1 second delay in while opening and closing the door. Okay, that's awesome. You can see we are getting the door alpha here, which is going to change from 0 to 1, right? Now here I am going to use the lerp node, lerp vector node, because we are changing the location, right? Now we need two locations here. Alpha value will give from here initial location and final location. First we have to get the initial location of the door. To get the initial location on event begin play, what I do, I select the door, get the door here, and I say get relative location, get relative location. I'm getting the relative location, and then I say promote to variable. I call this as door initial location. Door initial location we are storing initially, and also I am going to enable the input on this BP door, otherwise there will be no input handled by this door. So I am going to say here enable input, enable input on this door, enable input on this door. Here I say get player controller. It needs player controller, guys. Okay, so now we got the initial location of the door and we enabled the input also. Okay, and when the player presses the O key, if player is within the box, what happens is this timeline is going to be played where the alpha value changes from 0 to 1, and we know that lerp node, what it does, if alpha value is 0, it returns A value. If alpha value is 1, it returns B value. If alpha value is between 0 and 1, it returns value between A and B, right? So if alpha value is changing from 0 to 1, what happens? It goes from A to B. So A will be door initial location, door initial location, A door initial location. Then B final location, which will be door initial location, and will add in the y-axis 100, guys. We add in the y-axis 100, which will be the final location. Why? Because if door has to open, okay, you can see the value is 50. It has to move 100 units to the right, which should become 150, guys. It should become 150. So initial y is 50. Initial y is 50. So 50 plus 100 in y is 150. So door gets open, guys. So it returns value from initial to final. That we set to the door. So we select the door and say here set relative location. Set relative location. We update the location here. The new location should be from A to B. Initial location to the final location, right? So we have implemented everything, I think so. That's good. Compile and save. Come to game level 1, and let me put the door not here. First we'll test on the ground itself. So let me select the player start, press the F key to focus. Let's test on the ground itself. Okay, on the ground. Later we put it over there. Play. Now if I press the O key, nothing happens. Okay, that's good. Let me go over there. Now we are inside the box. If I press the O key, you see that door gets open, guys, right? And if I come outside, the door should get closed. That's what I want. Okay, so what I want now is if player comes outside, we are setting is player within the box, no, and then we play this timeline in reverse. We play the timeline in reverse. So alpha value changes from 1 to 0. So from final location is goes back to initial location. Compile, save, come to game level 1 and play. Now let's check out. If I go here, stand, okay. Now if I press the O key, the door gets open, and if I come outside the box, the door gets closed. If I go inside and press the O key, door gets open. If I come outside, door gets closed, guys. So that is how you will be implementing the door, right? And let's say I am going to add a text renderer. Okay, here I say add text renderer, text renderer, text renderer we have. And what I do here is I am going to rotate it by 180 degrees and I move it to the front and I move it up over here, and I change the text. Text I give here PRESS, press O key, press O key. You can see that press O key, and I am going to put it here above so that it is easy for the player to understand which key he has to press. Okay, press O key, that we are displaying. And now this will be visible. Okay, let's make it visible and invisible. When the player enters the box, okay, this text renderer will be initially not visible. Okay, initially not visible, and text renderer will set visibility. Set visibility, we are going to set it to on. Okay, it should be visible. When the player comes outside the box, it should be off again. So I'll get the text renderer and say here set visibility. Set visibility should be off. Set visibility should be off, and then it should play the timeline in reverse. Compile, save, come to game level 1 and play. Now you see that there is no text renderer is visible, but when we enter the box, it says press O key. If we come outside the box, press O key is gone. Enter the box, press O key, and if I press the O key, the door gets open, and if I come outside, the door gets closed. So that is interesting, right? I hope you guys are clearly understanding how we are going to. Let me delete these nodes. We can add them later also. You can see how we implement the door in our game. I hope it's clear to you. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to delete this door from here. Okay, and I just go to the key, press the F key to focus. Here we have the key, and put the door. Okay, and then I am going to rotate it by minus 90 degree. Okay, and let me place it somewhere over here. Okay, let me put it over here. Now I go to starter content, architecture folder. Here we have wall door 400 by 300. I'm going to place it over here. Okay, that is nice. And then I am going to put a wall 400 by 300, and I am going to rotate it like this by minus 90 degrees. Okay, and then I place it properly. R drag to duplicate. I have one more door, you can see that. Let me select this and move up. Okay, and I am going to duplicate this, Control D to duplicate, and I am going to rotate it by 90 degrees, and I move it back so that it becomes a room. Okay, it becomes a room. That's nice. And we have wall 400 by 400, which I'm going to place it over here, and then I am going to rotate it quickly and close the top. Okay, that is nice. Let me select this and press the F key to focus. Okay, let me put it inside, and this one I move right side. I think it's okay now. Let me select this one and move it inside. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that's fine. Okay, next what I do, I go to starter content, I select the materials and apply the materials to this so that it looks like a house, right? So you can apply the materials, you just sit and design as you wish, guys. And inside this I am going to put one point light, and I put the key left, and then I place this door properly here. Okay, let me press the F key to focus, and you see that it's ready, the door is ready. And if I go here and play, let me collect the coins 1 2 3, and I am going to jump on that platform. I go and jump over here. You can see that it's telling press O key, press O key. If I press the O key, the door gets open, guys. I go inside, get the key and come outside, and I can jump down and go and stand on the platform. I switch to another level. So that is how you create an interactive door in Unreal, guys. I hope you guys have clearly understood. I suggest you people to try it yourself. If you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited. In the upcoming video tutorials, we discuss more about how do we make a coin collector game in Unreal step by step. We make it more and more interesting, guys. You understand a lot of Unreal Blueprint concepts in this game, guys. For more benefits, be up to date. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep designing, keep sharing. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.